just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on a mega fight. Someone who doesn't really bless a lot of boxers. His name's Eminem, and you're sitting next to one, David, on the Zoom. But Eminem's threw some bars about Danny. He's walked out with Crawford. Danny actually has a win against Crawford in the amateurs, and you know, obviously he's going out to fight Canelo, and I just wanted to get your thoughts, Danny. You've definitely done some Duran stuff, jumping up weight and
Yeah.
daring to be great. So, I mean, is there stuff that concerns you a little bit, or
I mean, in my case, I was inactive for 28 months, and then I tried to
very
come in the
much so?
ring against an active champion. So for me, I really feel like if I got one fight in between that layoff, and my mind was more into the boxing game, um, it would have been a different result. You would have seen a different Danny Garcia. But I was at the ring for so long, and then I jumped up in weight, and when I started sparring and everything just felt different. It was just like I couldn't get my mind back to that level. But Crawford has been active, and he's been a champion his whole career. That's something you got to give Crawford for. You got to give Crawford his flowers. He's really been a champion since 2012. Has never not been a champion. So he has the champion's mindset. He is going up to 168, so that's a steep hill to climb. You know, I mean, he has the tools, but I think Canelo's gonna. My personal opinion, I think Canelo's gonna be too much for him.
Is that weight felt different? I know that you talked about the inactivity, which is huge. I mean, but did it feel a little bit like? Did you feel a little slower, or did the punches feel a little different?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I felt like my timing was off, and just I couldn't absorb the punches the way I usually take the punches. Like everything that hit me, I felt the impact. I felt the damage. Maybe because of the weight or because I was off for so long. I really don't know what it was. I think that was the key. The weight and the inactivity, and just me assessing like Crawford's last performance when he went up to 154 against Madrimov. That was I feel like his power didn't really carry up that much to 154. So I feel like 168 is going to be like that's tough. I mean, if he pulls this off, you got to put him up there like top three of all time.
Hmm.
That means he'll unify three divisions, all four belts in three different divisions. That's like going up all them weight classes to beat Canelo. I mean, if he wins this fight, you got to put him up there probably top three of all time. But it's going to be a steep hill to climb. It's going to be tough. If he can do it, all praise to him. But I think it will be too much for him. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, when you check BoxRec, you still got that win over him, even if it's amateur. So
Yeah,
if he does that, you can still look at, you see
yeah,
that guy right there, you know.
definitely, definitely. No, that's what's up, man. Congrats to him. He's doing good.
Yeah. David, what do you think? You got two guys who have, cemented themselves, but there's obviously a big I mean not age, a weight difference between the two. So, I mean, do you agree with Danny?
Um, no. No, I feel like Crawford too quick for him. And I know of course there's a weight difference. Definitely exciting fight. That's definitely like I can't wait to see that.
So you got
But
Crawford winning that fight
I got Crawford winning
by
that fight.
decision.
Yeah, by decision. I don't see them getting knocked down. I just don't see that. But style makes fights, like you said.
Do you I know a lot of people have kind of, and this is for both of you guys, have seen the face off and kind of was like, yo, Crawford looks kind of like a little bit taller, and the Williams School fight, Canelo wasn't able to cut off the ring. So I've seen a lot of people change their mindset after Saturday. So
Yeah, but
what
that Skull dude is big. Like he's a big 168 pounder. He looks like a 175 pounder if you ask me. So that's like a more natural bigger guy. You talking about a guy who started his career at 135, fighting at 168. That's crazy.
That's wild.
are you having doubts, David?
Yo,
That's
that's
wild.
a so Listen, like I said before, if Crawford could pull this off, listen, he's top 3 of all time. You can't take that away from him.
Respect, respect.
Agree. I agree with that.
But like I said before, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. You start getting hit with them bombs. You're like, whoa.
Do you see a potential where Crawford has to like fight it out or completely be on his back foot like the Victor Postal fight, just kind of making sure he does not engage and kind of
Crawford likes
making
to fight though.
he
Crawford likes to
does.
fight. He not gonna he can make it easy, but it's just something if he likes to fight. That's why he gets hit sometimes. You know, he has to fight a perfect fight. Whereas like he can't make no mistakes. Stick to the game plan, use his jab, use his ankles, and basically make Canelo frustrated and somehow just absorb his punches, and take that pressure.
And
'Cause
Danny gets the winner. Danny fights the winner.
I mean, that's a fight that fans always wanted.
I
It
gotta
never.
get I gotta get back in the ring first. Shit. But hey, you never know.